So here's a quick coaching tip. Yesterday, I talked a little bit about the connection meeting, which is one of the 5 servant leadership anchors that I share in a process and behaviors that support it. One of the things that I find comes up a lot for coaches is they're coaching an individual. They do a weekly coaching session or maybe bi-weekly. They sit down again in a week, and the tasks they expected to get completed didn't all get completed. And the employee chose which ones to prioritize and which ones not to prioritize. And I'm going to help you close that gap because it does happen a lot. And so if you're struggling with that, in your one-on-one, I go through 5 key steps in a one-on-one. We review numbers, that's where it starts. We do KPIs. Then we talk about the behaviors that cause those results, good and bad. Good, repeat, bad, let's fix. Let's find out where you're struggling. What's the behaviors we need to correct? How do I help? But then I go through, hey, what happened last week that I didn't see? And the employee will give me some feedback. And then I talk about what's coming up in the next week. Okay, we're going to talk about that quickly here in this coaching tip. And then I have a little box for recognition if I want something to get into the performance review so I don't forget it in 38 weeks when I write it, or a consistent coaching theme that needs to be documented. And then I talk about what they need from me in the next week and what I need from them in the next week. Now back to what's coming up in the next week, not what they need from me, but what they have on the go. And there's a reason you separate those two. What they have on the go is their priorities. And you want to let them speak to you about what they have on the go. And then you want to ask the very simple question to say, how do you feel about all of that? Now, your employee will generally say, I can get it done. No problem, because they don't want to disappoint you. But how do you dig a little deeper and say, okay, well, how are you going to get that done? And what goes first? How are you prioritizing your week? Because you sound like you have a lot on the go. And it's going to be your opportunity to step in and help them prioritize. Also, give them the resources they need to succeed. Because if you don't proactively go out there and offer that up of prioritization and resources to succeed, employees generally will think they've got to get it done on their own and they don't want to disappoint you. So again, when you're doing your one-on-ones, here's a great tip. Ask what they have on the go. Ask how they're prioritizing it. Ask how they feel about it. And ask what you can do to help them succeed. And then you can reset those priorities. You can give them the resources so they hit the biggest jobs first, and you and the employee can be on the same page. I hope that helped. That's just one of the behaviors in that coaching session. Enjoy. Have a great Tuesday.